Okay, we're rolling.
Hey, welcome back to the Daily Dave here on the How to Podcast series. We're looking at how to get back on track with your podcast. Getting your podcast back on track by assessing and planning, reestablishing your routine, engaging your audience, and we're going to end off this 4-set with reigniting your passion. And why that's important. How to Podcast series. Are you ready to reignite your passion? Well, we need to do so. Here we go. So if you're married, whether that's 1 year, 10 years, for me it's over 30 years with my wife, Jen. Hi, Jen. We have to be intentional so that we don't get into a rut in our relationships where we take each other for granted. We stop talking to each other. We go around our day to day and we kind of high-five each other in the hallway as we go off to the next thing, and we don't even sit down and talk to each other. You got to get back to the thing that reignites the passion for your relationship or your love for whatever it is you love to do. You got to get back to that part. It was like, why did I fall in love with stamp collecting or renovating houses or restoring old cars or woodworking or crocheting or reading or playing my guitar? There's things that we do for a period of time and then we just kind of put them away, or they just kind of fade away out of busyness of life and kids and work and responsibilities and bills. These things just kind of fade into the background, and it's like you got to go dust off your passion for these things that one time you couldn't get enough of. And now you're like, meh, well, it's a guitar. Meh, okay. I have 9 guitars. I haven't opened a case in a long time. They're all sitting over there mocking me from across the room going, Dave, remember when you played the guitar? I see you over there. Yes, I know, I'm coming. There's these things that happen in our life where we get busy and we start to lose the passion for something that we had that was such a big piece of us for a long period of time. We were known as the person who fill in the blank, right? You were known for something. And that thing you don't do as quite as often or ever nowadays because of whatever's come into your life that has taken you on a new path. And the one thing that was your identity is now your history and not actively part of your day anymore. I'm sure you can name something right now that you were known for in the day and you're not now. It's time to reignite our passion for our podcast. There was a time when your podcast was all you talked about. Everybody would see you walk in the room and they would grab their stuff and run for the exit because you might talk about your podcast. And now it's like, yeah. You don't even talk about it anymore. You don't even tell anybody about your show because you're like embarrassed about it. You're not consistent with it. You're not doing the thing the way you used to do the thing. And it just becomes more of a have-to-do hobby than a passion. And when we will talk about getting our podcast back on track, getting that passion back for our podcast is one of the things we really need to focus on. Reigniting the passion we have for our podcast. Remember that day when you started a podcast for the first time and you would not shut up about it? You remember that? Ask your friends. They'll tell you you were annoying because all you talked about was your show. Podcast. Oh, yeah. And now it's, whatever. And people come up to you like, are you still doing that thing? You don't talk about it anymore. Yeah, I'm doing the podcast, Well, how's it going? Well, it's the thing. You've lost your passion. You've lost that loving feeling. Oh, that loving feeling. You've lost it for your podcast. It's time to reignite it. Go grab something that lights. A lighter, a match, and go grab a candle or a barbecue. We're going to light this sucker up, okay? We're going to reignite your passion. And the first thing you're going to do to reignite your passion and get back on track as a podcaster is to focus on quality in your podcast instead of quantity. So in speaking with a new client this week, we were talking about how often should I podcast as a regular thing. Do I have to do it daily, every 2 days, 3 days, once a week, once a month, once a year? How often should I podcast, Dave? Very relevant question, very frequent question. You're going to see that in a lot of Facebook groups. If you want to ask me questions, there's a link in the show notes. That's only for you as a listener of the show. No one else has this link. And it gives you 30 minutes in my calendar anytime you want, as often as you want. I will make time for you as a listener. A, because I want to hear your amazing voice. B, I want to meet you. And C, I want to help. I'm not going to sell you a book or a course or a program or whatever. If you want to work with me in the future, we can talk about it later, but I'd much rather just talk to you and help you with your podcast. So there's a link in the notes for this episode. Look on your phone, scroll at the bottom there. It's a Calendly link. You click that link and only you have that link. No one else has it. It's not on my website. It's just for you. So jump out, reach out. Let's talk. Okay? And when I was answering this question about how frequently should I podcast, Dave, my answer to them was, I'm more interested in the quality of your podcast over how often you do the thing. Now, again, there's going to be gurus out there in podcast land that are going to tell you the opposite. They're going to tell you have to do once a week. And if you don't, you fail. There is something to say around being consistent and giving your audience something they can count on. I believe in that 100%. But weekly is not a requirement. Daily is not a requirement. Monthly is not a requirement. Infrequent episodes, I'm sure they'll work, but it's really hard to build you into a routine. So having some kind of cadence to how often you do it and when is a good thing. I would highly recommend that. But really, if you take a break for a week or two, it's fine. It's fine. And don't let this stress you out. You do not have to podcast every single week and record it the day of or the day before and run on empty all the time. Sometimes you need to push away from the desk and go take a walk. I would much rather you focus on the quality of your podcast than how many episodes you do. You need to prioritize creating well-researched and engaging episodes rather than adhering to some strict schedule that some guru told you had to do. This is really going to help you rekindle your enthusiasm for podcasting, for your show, for your audience, for your content, and will improve your listener satisfaction. They're going to get more out of the show for it being better quality than better quantity. Because a whole bunch of nothing is still a bunch of nothing. But when you show up and you give me something that I can really sink my teeth into and think about and it's transformative, I'll come back. But a bunch of fluff, I'm going to unsubscribe. Because I can tell you're just kind of phoning it in. You don't really care about your content. But it's Monday, so I'm going to record an episode. That is the worst way to approach your audience, out of duty, instead of out of serving. So record when you can. Batch record, we talked about recording more than one episode at a time. You create more than one cookie with each recipe. You don't cook one at a time. You create a batch of cookies. Try to batch record. If you have a free day, record more than one episode. I've recorded the last 4 episodes you've heard over the last 4 days within a 2-hour period. Edited, recorded, posted, everything done in one sitting. I'm thirsty. I haven't even got up to refill my coffee. I've recorded all 4 of these in a row. Batch recording. Focus on quality over quantity. And then second, I need you to go seek some collaboration. I want you to reach out to other podcasters and be a guest on their show, have them on your show, or to feature their episodes on your podcast. Work together with the podcast community. We are friends here, everyone. There's a few people who are a little bit, well, I would avoid, but there's a lot of amazing people, including you. There's a lot of great resources at your fingertips. One email away, one SpeakPipe message away, and you could have people lining up to work with you and help you. Podcasters are awesome. By inviting collaboration with other podcasters, it can provide fresh content for you, for your audience, and help you to reconnect with the podcast community. You are part of the podcast community with 1 episode or 2,000. And by working together with other podcasters, you bring all of us up. Don't be afraid to reach out to people when you're struggling. And you're like, I just can't do it this month. Maybe bring on, how about this? Dave, can you do my podcast this week? I'm really just need a break. Sure. I'll come on and I'll be the host of your show and give you the week off. Really? Why not? I could host your show. Maybe. It'll be fun. Your audience will be like, who the heck is this guy? Why not? Are there any rules to say that I can't be the host of your show to give you a week off? Really? Why? There is no rules. Why not? I host your show. You come and do it for me later. You'd be like, hi, this is so-and-so on the How to Podcast series. Dave's on break. I took over the podcast. What's this button do? Oh, so why not? We can work together. There is a way out. If you feel overwhelmed and you're thinking, I can't do this on my own anymore. Well, there's the problem right there. You shouldn't be doing this on your own. You should be doing podcasting in community. We have a meetup group. We meet every Saturday, even through the summer. We meet every Saturday with other podcasters. Come and meet us at our meetup on howtopodcast.ca. If you want to talk to somebody who's in your corner, who podcasts just like you do, I would love to talk to you. Link in the show notes. That link is just for you. So we've talked about this for the last 4 episodes in a row. To get back on track with your podcast, you need to assess and plan. You need to reestablish your routine. You need to engage with your audience. And you need to reignite your passion for your podcast. If you need help with this, use the link in the notes. Let's get together and talk. Thanks for listening. Get your podcast back on track. You got this. Take care. So here at the How to Podcast series, we love to hear from you. You might think that we get a lot of feedback. Man, we don't. We don't get a lot because people just feel like, why bother? Like, why? Does Dave really care what I have to say? And I do. I actually do really care what you have to say. I love your input. I love hearing from you. And we've started a survey for our listening audience, which includes you right here, right now. And I'd love, love, love for you to head over to howtopodcast.ca. And you'll see our survey right there on our website. And take a few minutes, come through, answer the thoughtful questions we're asking of you to make the show better. Not just for you, but for everyone. Your feedback is really going to help shape the show. And I selfishly just want to hear from you. So if you're thinking, Dave probably already knows what I think, I don't. I really don't. I'm not good at reading minds. My wife will confirm that completely. So I don't really know what you think of the show. I don't know if you like it, if you like how long the show is, how long the episodes are, that Dave's doing 365 episodes in a year. Oh my gosh. Like, I would love to hear from you and get your thoughts on this very show right here. So head over to howtopodcast.ca, click on our survey link. It's also in the show notes for every episode, in the most recent episodes, and I'd love to hear from you. So as a listener of this here very show, your feedback can make this show so much better. So much better. And I'm not drowning in emails and voice messages and speak pipes and buy me a coffees right now. So I'm putting the ask out to you right now, as a listener of the show, and you're still here, that you take a moment, head over to our website, click the link in the show notes for any episode, and go to our survey and let us know your thoughts about this show, how it could be better, and what you love, and what you're like, Dave, can you stop doing this? That would be really helpful. Thanks for being here and being part of the How to Podcast family. See you over at howtopodcast.ca. Talk soon. Thanks for being here. Bye.